Hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever I may be, whatever part of the world you're tuning in from. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I hope you guys are doing very, very well. I hope you're doing better than I am because I'm not doing too well. I haven't been doing too well over the past week. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a lot of congestion in my chest and my nose and all that stuff. So my voice might be a little off. So please bear with me. Bear with me. If I sound funny or if I sound different or not as great as you would like me to. I just did not want to not show up today. Um, you know, Work has to go on regardless of how we're feeling. So I wanted to make sure I still came to you guys today despite not being in the best of conditions. Please let me know where you're tuned in from. Please let me know where you're tuned in from so that I can just hail you very quickly before the show starts. Make sure you like the video, guys. Make sure you share. Please. That's very important. It's very important. It's a little way that you can support us and you can support our efforts and the content that we create. So please make sure you like, make sure you share the video as well. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Let's get more people tuned in and then we'll kick things off in just a bit. We have a number of topics to discuss today, ranging from the WAFCON to my interview with Coach Randy Waldrum. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. We'll talk a little bit about that. And I'm excited for us to talk about the EaglesTracker Awards 2025. If you are not new to the channel, if you're not new to EaglesTracker, then you would be aware that we have our annual awards show that we do. It's all online where we award the best Nigerian players in different categories over the season. I think we are best placed to give these awards out because no one, and I repeat, no one in Nigeria covers as many Nigerian football players with the level of detail that we do at Eagles Tracker. If you know anybody, let me know who that person is. I've not seen anybody like that. So I think that we are best placed to give these awards, and we will do so from tomorrow, July the 1st, until July the 3rd. It's a handful of awards, and it's always something exciting. A lot of players appreciate the recognition because they know that we really focus and cover them properly throughout the season. So that's going to be interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. I see you, Fees Afro. Thank you for joining. Peace Wags, thank you for joining. Adiola, I see you as well. Thank you for joining us. Please, guys, make sure you like the video if you haven't liked it already. Please. Very important. Make sure you share the video as well so that we can get more people tuned in. And we'll kick off the conversation in a bit. Today's episode is probably not going to be as long as usual. But I know that you guys are still going to enjoy it. I know that you guys are still going to enjoy it. But yes, let me know where you're joining from. Let me know where you're joining from. I haven't seen anybody give me their location yet, guys. Please let me know where you're joining from. I always like to know where everybody is from so that we can see the scope of where our reach is, and the kind of international audience that we have. It's very exciting to see that we connect with people from all over the world. Thank you, Lumide from Houston. I appreciate you for joining us. I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Peace Wags, where are you joining from? Chuma Iwobi is joining from Katy, Texas. Thank you very much, Chuma. I appreciate you. Peace Wags is joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Ugochukwu Julius is joining from Dubai. Ugochukwu, are you there? Enjoy you? Dubai. Nice. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Adiola is tuning in from London. Is that London, Ontario, London, England, Osaka, London? Which London is that? Ademola Adesoji is also joining us from London. Bright and Dolapo from Salford. Shout out to you, Bright and Dolapo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I love it. I love it. We have people from North America, people from the UK, people from Nigeria, people from the Middle East. It's amazing. Olumide Oloye is joining us from Abuja, Nigeria, the nation's capital. It's been a while since I've been in Abuja, man. Next time I'm in Nigeria, hopefully I can reach that side. Ayuba is also in Katy, Texas. Ayuba, are you friends with Chuma Iwobi? You guys are in the same city. Femi is joining from London, Ontario. Esiogene is in Benin, Nigeria. Shout out to you. Fiza Fruit Music is in Chicago. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for tuning in. Adiola is like a London just clarified she's in not Adiola, are you a man or a woman? Because I keep saying she just out of just reflex. But Adiola, please let me know. Are you a guy or are you a girl? Because you're always commenting, but you've never come on, we've never seen your face, we've never heard your voice. Are you a guy or a girl? So that I know how to identify you properly. I don't want to. It's 2025. Let me not go and misgender somebody, before they sue me. We'll get the show going in a second. We'll get the show going in a second. Olaleko, thank you for joining. I'm doing very well. And just a reminder, guys, if you are watching us from other social media platforms, please make sure that you tune in on YouTube. Please make sure that you tune in on YouTube. That's where you can enjoy the full show uninterrupted. That's where you can engage with us so that we always see your comments. Um, please, 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 if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on X/Twitter, please make sure you join us on YouTube, youtube.com/EaglesTracker NG. Please, please, please. YouTube is where all of our video content lives, all the interviews, all the debates, all the conversations, all the other content that we create lives on YouTube. As we're getting into WAFCON season, that's where all the videos talking about the games, the previews for the games, the post-match reviews of the games, everything is going to live on YouTube. So guys, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, Eagles Tracker NG. Eagles Tracker, you'll see our beautiful green logo. Please, please, please. And that's where you can enjoy all the live streams. You have to join us on YouTube. I know that it's convenient to be on Twitter sometimes. I know that it's convenient to be on Facebook, but as the content creator to the content consumer, please join us on YouTube. Please, please, please. It is very beneficial for us that you join us on YouTube. You enjoy the full content. And then, of course, still follow us on other social media. That's where we'll give you quick updates. That's where we'll give you the graphic designs, all the stuff. But for video content, it all lives on YouTube. So would appreciate it as you do so. Ademola, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about somebody else. See, Ademola, this is why you should be on YouTube so that you'll see what I'm talking about. Ademola, please make sure you go and tune in on YouTube. I was talking about somebody else. That is Adiola. Okay, but yeah, we also have Major Swege from Benin. Adiola confirms that she's a woman. Okay, thank you for confirming that. Unjoku Michael is in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Canada. And yes, Peace Wags YouTube is the full package. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's get into today's conversation so that I don't take too much of your time. Like I said earlier, guys, today we're not going to run as long as we would usually do, just because I'm not in the best shape. My voice sounds very nasal and very funny. And after some time, I'm going to be out of breath. So I don't want to give you guys a subpar show, but I wanted to still bring the show to you. That's why we're live today. But it's not going to run too long. We have a number of topics that we're going to talk about, and then we'll let you guys go. But then, of course, like I promised, all the content from the WAFCON previews, reviews, and everything in between, we'll make sure to give you all that content as it comes along. The first game is in a couple of days, so we're getting excited for that one. You guys know that when it comes to the Super Falcons, I don't joke around. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in today's show as well. Yes, but as always, I don't do this by myself, so let me bring on my co-host, who's behind the scenes. Welcome, Smilai.
Yeah, thank you again for having me. We nearly didn't come up today. You already explained to them too about
Yeah,
you slightly being under the weather, but at least we try our best.
you know,
Half fit,
um,
half fit Messi. Sometimes it's bad than Mbappe.
and as they say, the show must go on. The show must go
Yeah.
on. I didn't want with I was looking online at the data and the stats, and we've been live every week for the past 40 weeks.
Mm-mm.
Yes. There's a streaming streak of 40 weeks. So I was like, ah, would I now spoil this streak now because I'm not feeling too well. So I said, okay, even if it's to come and give you guys 1 hour, we must come
Yeah,
on live
yeah,
and give you
yeah,
guys the episode for the week.
yeah.
Let everybody enjoy, let everybody eat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, today's show is not going to be too long, but it'll still be as interesting as the usual ones.
Yeah.
And as always, guys, if you want us to take your comments, if you want to ask a question, if you want to support the channel during the show, do not hesitate to leave a super chat. It's a little way that you can support the content that we create, that we can support our efforts, and that you can appreciate the work that is being done. So please, please, please encourage us to, leave a super chat. Every dollar, every naira, every pound, every euro, every dirham, because we have somebody from Dubai. It all counts, it all counts. So that would be much appreciated. And that way we can highlight your comments, we can put it on the screen, and we can talk about everything that you want us to talk about. But yes, let us, without further ado, get into today's show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to us from. This is the Niger FC podcast, where we bring you our raw, honest, unfiltered opinions on all the hottest and latest topics in the world of Nigerian football. As always, I'm your host, AyoT, and I have with me once again my reliable co host.
Smith Layi, thank you guys again for joining.
Yes, thank you very much. Another Monday, another episode of the Niger FC podcast. An episode that nearly didn't happen, but we have to keep the streak going. So we are bringing you this episode. Today we have a number of topics to discuss, but our focus is mostly going to be on the Super Falcons of Nigeria as they prepare and are getting ready for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations 2024 that is taking place in July 2025 in the Kingdom of Morocco. We're also going to touch on my interview with Randy Waldrum. If you have yet to watch that, man, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're missing out. The reviews. I need to do. You know how they do all these movie trailers where they'll be showing like, oh, best movie since this one is best. Where they'll be giving you all the reviews. The reviews have been fantastic. Everyone that has watched it has enjoyed it. I was looking at the numbers. I'm always looking at data and analytics. I was looking at the numbers on the video, and we have 100 and something likes and one dislike. I was just like, I want to know who that person, that one person that disliked the video. I want to know who that person is. Maybe the person works for NFF and they did not like what the man said in the video. But it's been fantastic. Most people have enjoyed it, have liked it. There have been so many reports that I've been written from the interview, even though some of them did not give me my credit because
I was
Nigeria.
about to send you a screenshot of something, but I just, I don't want to be playing those games again. Just leave it. Just leave it.
Nigeria people don't like to give
In
credit
fact, in a popular daily in Nigeria, it was in the front cover. A
of
popular
their
daily in
physical or their websites.
they are physical.
Really? Send
Yeah,
it to me. Send it to me. I want to see.
it's the best sports paper in Nigeria. You know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Please send me the picture. I want to see.
Uh-huh.
You know,
I'll look for it again. I wanted to screenshot it today, but I said, let me just leave this because it's too early for you in Canada. I don't want to just left it. I will look for it again.
a lot of people don't like to give credit, but shout out to those that gave credit. I saw some reports that were written that credited. Another thing that I would just say is that I don't know why, but a lot of the time when they give credits, they don't like to, even the ones online, they would not like to link to the full interview. Like I saw Paul Sports. Paul Sports, yes, they said, in an interview with EaglesTracker. Oh yeah, put the link. You can connect the link to this thing. Anybody that sees an interview with Eagle Tracker, they can click on it. They can go and watch the interview. They know that they are linking one of their own content underneath. I don't really understand it because I always find it so hilarious because when it's the foreign outlets that use the content, they will straight up put the link to your video there. Anybody
Mm.
that wants to watch it will go and watch it. But whenever it comes to Nigeria, I don't know if it's a competition thing. I don't know if it is just sorry, 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me tell you.
Yeah, sorry. Something was interrupting. So I don't know if it's a competition thing. I don't know if it's a thing of they just don't want another Nigerian to get credit for work. I really don't understand what it is. But a lot of the Nigerian outlets, if they mention your name, there's no way they'll put the link. Most of them will not mention your name. But I mean, credit to those that give credit. I appreciate it. It helps with our SEO, it helps with our growth, it helps with our visibility and everything in between. But yes, that interview was something. I some now, like when I was watching it back, even Smith Layi and our group chat with some of our other football friends, I was just like, there were some more questions that I honestly even should have asked, but ah, I didn't want the man to feel as if I just came here to just come and let him just spill all the tea and just insult people. So I was trying to hold back, but in hindsight, I'm like, I should have pressed more on some things, because there were so many things that could have been said, that I could have been asked, but
It, to be honest, too, I didn't know that the interview is going to be earlier because it says very soon. I'll be
mm,
talking to Randy Waldrum. I thought it's going to be like a gap or like a week because I had to ask him that question. That who was the coach that sent him a WhatsApp status chat? No, it's just I won't ask him directly, but it's overall.
mm,
I will lie to you. The editing, the question, it's like a movie. And
mm,
that's why I told some people it's like a pure movie. You see, go and get your popcorn, go and watch it again. It's like a pure movie. And talking about people not giving you credit, it's bad belly. It's bad
mm.
belly because one thing or the other is that how did you connect with this guy? Because the headline in today's paper was that Randy Wardrum is open to come back to Super
Mm.
Falcons if in his own terms. That was the headline, in that paper I saw today. So, but if you have not watched it, I don't know. Maybe I should say you deserve a conk in the head, though, because because that one it passed Awala,
Mm.
honestly, because it was so good, so good. Everything, see, if you like tactics, it's there for you. If you like politics, it's there for you. If you like gossip, it's there.
Is
Go
there?
and check the reason why Okobi did not go.
Mm.
Go and check everything is for you there. If you like Chochocho, it's there,
Oh yeah,
guys.
and
Yeah,
when it's
man.
funny you mentioned when how Kobe did not go, because when he was explaining the reasoning behind it, because even me, at the time I was wondering, why did this man not pick Kobe? But as he explained it, I was like, you know what, it makes sense, because a lot of the underlying things that coaches think of in terms of squad chemistry, in terms of harmony, we as fans, a lot of the time we don't think of all those things. For us, we just say, good player, this good player is supposed to be there. But as the man explained it, it all makes sense. Even people that say he's too defensive, why is he not attacking? You can go and watch the interview and have the answer to your question. The people that say, oh, he cannot win WAFCON, why did he not win the last WAFCON? You can go and watch it and you understand a little bit about what happened at the last WAFCON. It's just fantastic conversation that we had. If you haven't seen it, let me play the trailer for you if you haven't seen it. So that
The
you can.
NFF had reached out, and I told our president here at the time, absolutely, I would be interested. I didn't hear anything after that phone call about taking the job. A month later, my phone is literally just blowing up with people congratulating me. And I saw on my phone on the social media where I was the new coach of the Super Falcons. But I had never spoken to anybody from the Federation. There were times with the Federation that I wasn't paid for 14 months. Well, I would have lost my home. It's going to be very difficult to continue winning if the Federation doesn't start to support things better. Other African countries are starting to invest more and put more into it. And eventually it's going to catch up. Too many people just think it's going to happen because you're Nigeria. It's not that way anymore. I just think this team could be a top 10 team in the world. I really do.
From your point of view now, watching the team, do you think we can win the WAFCON?
I would say it this way.
Mm. Make sure you go and watch that. Make sure you go and watch that video. Smith, let me ask you. I want to ask you. So it's funny because when he explained what happened in 2017,
Yeah.
saying that they called the US Soccer Federation president and said, "Oh, we there's this American coach Randy Waldrum. We would like to hire him. Can you help us confirm if he's interested?" The man said he told them, "Oh yes, of course, I'll be interested in the job." They did not say anything again. He did not hear from them. All of a sudden, they announce on social media and say Randy Wardrobe is the new coach of Nigeria. When he told me that, I said, "This is exactly what happened with Bruno Labbadia,
Yeah,
Super Eagles." When you
yeah.
heard him say that, you like, what did you think?
For me, it's just the Nigerian way of doing things. In my own opinion. I think how will you appoint somebody without actually informing that person about about your choice, about what you actually wanted to do. So for me, when I saw that, if you come and say those stories now, people will come and tell us that it's not possible. But now that you can hear from Randy Wardrop, I think you can now justify that this has been actually what happening. Look at Jose Pasero.
Hmm.
That was the same thing they did for him. I not seen before AFCON. Say it's coming and this and that. Before you know it, no agreement, nothing. It didn't come until like maybe probably 3 or 4 months after. So
Hmm.
it's just the same way of doing things, with the NFF. So I wasn't surprised IoT, but some people here might be surprised and thinking that maybe probably we're just trying to make up stories. But NFF, I'm not surprised, especially under Majupinic. Even under his own, guy Ibrahim Gusso, it's still the same thing.
Hmm, hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's something that it's embarrassing, man, and that's why. See, I understand some people when no matter the story that comes out, they just feel like the NFF must be wrong because when they keep doing a lot of things that are wrong, it is hard to really trust that they are doing anything right.
Uh-huh.
And there's so many things that the man spoke about in the whole this thing conversation. A lot of people, including myself, if you remember, Smilai, during
Uh-huh.
the time that he got the job. I was one of the people that came and questioned that why would he have two jobs? Why would he be
Uh-huh.
coaching college? Why would and also coaching Nigeria? I spoke about it vocally because
Uh-huh.
it did not make sense to me. But I asked
Mhm.
him out about it, and he explained the
Mm.
reason why he was doing that.
Yeah.
I said my health insurance, NFF no give me health insurance. They are not paying me salary on time. They are only paying me a part-time salary and not a full-time salary. So many different things. How am I going
Mhm.
to keep my home? How am I going to keep my car? All these different things, and then you understand that it's true. Because if my job now, if I don't get money for 14 months, how do I want to survive? Was be like, like I don't even have a family to take care of, but like somebody like him, he has a wife, he has different things that he's doing. And it's so unfortunate. I saw one person that wrote an article bashing the man, saying that the man has come to distract us. He has come to
Uh-huh.
this. The person did not give me credit in the interview.
Mhm.
He was just bashing the man, and it was so funny because I could tell that the person did not actually watch the interview. They
Yeah.
actually like listen to it. They probably saw some other stories that people had written, and because they don't like him, they just came to he could not win the WAFCON for Nigeria. He went to the World Cup and could not beat England. He went to the Olympics and he did not win any game. And I was just laughing because at the end of the day, agenda are full everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, so, I mean, please, guys, if you haven't watched it, immediately after this stream is done, go on our YouTube channel and watch the exclusive interview with Coach Randy Waldrum. It is one that you will surely, surely enjoy. I promise you.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you enjoy it, come on. If you see me, I'll give you $1. I'm sure that you will enjoy it. Shout out to Isabel for the support. Thank you very much. Says well done for 40 weeks. Thank you very much. Thank you. Um, Charles says Amaju really destroyed our football. Honestly, a lot of things that did not go right. A lot of things that did not go right.
Mhm.
But we hope for a better day, man. We hope for a better day. Somebody was asking me that, oh, do I think all these things will change in terms of Nigerian football anytime soon? And for me, I'm just like, I don't see the vision, I don't see the hope of how the good people will get into those positions. So it's hard for me to really see who is going to come and bring the change. After Ibrahim Gusau's tenure, I mean, this is only his first term now.
Yeah.
He'll probably run again and he'll probably win second term.
Mhm.
So we'll do another 4 years of Ibrahim Gusso. Then by the
Yes.
time somebody wants to come, it will probably be one of their people that is already
Yes.
in the mix right now that is just going to come and give you more of the same. So
Yes.
it's unfortunate, but I really don't see how. things are going to change. I really don't see. Smith Layi, let's talk
Yeah.
quickly about something else that happened. So over this weekend, Kwara United won the FA Cup.
Yes.
An achievement for them to win a major trophy in Nigeria.
Hmm.
My first thing was, why is the FA Cup so far away from the end of the league? Because it feels like league has ended more like almost 1 month ago. Everybody has even forgotten.
Yeah.
Everybody has even forgotten. And they played the FA Cup this past week. They won the title. Congratulations to them. And then they did an open trailer parade.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this was a picture from the parade. I'm not sure exactly who took this picture, but shout out to the photographer for capturing this. This is title celebration, FA Cup champions in Nigeria, Kwara United, on a trailer. Very good. When I saw this picture, I was just laughing, man. I was just
Hmm.
laughing. So, like, what do you think about that innovative way of parading the title?
This was how Rangers celebrated the title 10 years ago.
Hmm,
So the see same old archaic way. So there's no open roof bus in the whole of Kwara State.
hmm,
This is so embarrassing. When I saw them, it's just like Jagbajantis, like the usual way of saying wuru to the answer.
hmm.
None like I don't know who organized this. And from then down, they will allocate some money to that person to go and do this nonsense. Now, this was shambolic for me. I was really disappointed that they've never won the FA Cup in their life before, and now that they're winning the FA Cup, look at how they're celebrating. Come on, come on, come on. So bad, so bad.
And it's just hilarious because we have buses, we have open top buses. You
Yeah.
can rent. I don't know how much they rent it, but I'm sure that you can find the money to rent one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like nobody is saying you should go and rent 4 or 5. Just rent
Mm-hmm.
one for you to put your players on top of trailer. You just remove the container with the trailer they carry. So yeah, come and stand on this thing. It's so funny. It is embarrassing. Like, and when you talk about it, people will say, you just want to make the MPFL look bad. You just want to make Nigeria look bad. But when you do things like this, how are we not going to laugh? How are we not going
Mm-hmm.
to comment on it? I don't know, man. Shout out to my Ilorin people. I mean, my friend Taiwa Wini is from Ilorin. Owelewa is also from Ilorin. But
Mm-hmm.
you cannot be doing things like this, man. You cannot be doing things like this.
Yeah.
If that's how you're going to do it, you might as well not do a parade, or you might as well do the parade on foot. Just allow
Mm-hmm.
the players to just be walking on the street and be carrying the trophy. Let's know that they are walking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of trailer, it's not the trailer is not even fresh. They don't even design it well to even make it look
You
nice.
just used to go and carry tipper.
You
You
put it like
just
they just put it in front. Like, let me put that picture up again. It just look like say they put all this political banner for the
mm-hmm.
for the front of the. Ah,
They didn't customize it, nothing.
they did not customize this. The trailer looks old. Look at the tire. Everything is looking rusty. It's like you can tell that they just used this thing to transport something yesterday and then they just
Mm-hmm.
collected it the next day. Ah
So
man,
bad.
yeah.
So
So
bad.
so so bad, so bad,
So
so
bad.
bad. So I was saying I will never organize the event.
Well, as American, there's no way we will organize that event. But for me, if we organize that event, it's shame on you. Shame on you for pushing
No.
that type of
And only God knows how much that person will tell you that they are located towards the parade now.
yeah, yeah. Can that person organize his wedding like that? Yeah, no, no, no. That is bad. That is bad.
As a player too, I don't know. Like if they say we are come 7 a.m. show up while we're going for parade, and you arrive at the starting point of the parade and you see
Mhm.
that trailer there. As a player, self, how will you even climb the
Now,
even
yeah,
climb the trailer?
there's no even enter safety there.
Nothing.
There's no enter safety there.
Ah, Nigeria.
Hmm.
But God will help us. So God will
Yeah,
help us.
yeah.
I see a question here. Charles said, "Come to think, Smilai, who came up with that FIFA NFF National Training Center?
It's
Is it
FIFA.
Guso or Digo?"
It's
Yeah.
FIFA. It's Amanju Pinnick. Amanju Pinnick wanted to do it to wrap up his third term agenda, but because Nigeria did not qualify for the World Cup,
Mm,
so he has to still do it, but it's go with Guso.
mm,
Because he said it in an interview that he's bringing a training center to Nigeria. It's sponsored by whole FIFA, so it's not as if it's one. So it's going to be like a modular one. It's not really a full one, if you see the structure. But we still need it. That one is good enough for under 20, 23. If you want to run for Super Eagles very well, you need to actually upgrade it slightly.
Mm,
So
mm.
for me, I think it's FIFA that came up with it, but Amaju Pinnick that got it for Nigeria.
All right, all right. That is great. That is great. Okay, let us talk about something that I am personally excited about: the Eagles Tracker Awards 2025. So, if you are new to the to Eagles Tracker and to what we do, you might not have seen the previous iterations of this awards, but it's something that we do at the end of every season, where we celebrate the finest and best performances, the top Nigerian football players over the course of the past season, both male and female. We put it in front of the people and we celebrate them. I say I think that we are most qualified to do this because I do not know any platform or any journalist or any media person in Nigeria that covers the number of Nigerian players that we do around the world with the level of detail and intricacy that we do. I say this humbly, but I say it confidently because I believe it to be true. If there's anybody out there that cares to dispute my statement, feel free to come and let me know who you are. But we cover Nigerian footballers so in depth, everywhere from Azerbaijan all the way to Zimbabwe, and we are in a place to tell you who performed very well, combining both performances through video with statistical performances, analytics, and everything in between. So yes, the Eagle Tracker Awards 2025 will be from July 1st to July the 3rd. 3 days of awards, 3 days of celebration, and there are a number of awards that will be handed out. I'll just go through the awards list very quickly. We have goalkeeper of the season. This is awarded to the best goalkeeper, male or female, in the 2024-2025 season. Defender of the season, awarded to the best defender, male or female, in the 2024-2025 season. Midfielder of the season, awarded to the best midfielder, male or female, in the 2024-25 season. Forward of the season, awarded to the best forward, male or female, in the 2024-2025 season. We have revelation of the season that is awarded to the footballer, male or female, who had the best breakout season in the 2024-2025 season. So this is a player that maybe a year ago we did not really know who the player was, or we hadn't heard about them, or we knew their name but they were not talked about, and then they just like in the words of the Micah Richards, they just burst onto the scene in 2024-2025. That's revelation of the season. We have the young player of the season that's awarded to the footballer aged 23 or younger that had the best individual season for their club in the 2024-2025 season. We have the fans player of the season that's awarded to the fans best player, whoever the fans think was the best player. Even though this award now the same person they win am every year because we know who the undisputed fans best player in Nigeria is. But yes, we have that. We have the most valuable women's player awarded to the female footballer who had the best individual season for their club and the best impact in 2024-2025. We have the MVP for the men as well. And then we have the team of the season. The team of the season is our team combination of the best 11 performers throughout the 2024-25 season. Our team of the season always creates some interesting conversations and debates because some people always feel like, why is this person not there? Why is that person not there? So I'm looking forward to you guys seeing this year's team of the season. And let me run through the nominees very quickly. For goalkeeper of the season, we have Maduka Okoye of Udinese, Chiamaka Nnadozie of Paris FC, now of Brighton. We have Otto Okonkwo of Wrexham, and then we have Stanley Umabali of Chippa United. Defender of the season, we have Olaino of Nottingham Forest, Calvin Bassey of Fulham, Ashley Plumter of Etihad, and Christy Uchebe of Benfica. Midfielder of the season, we have Rafael Onedika of Club Brugge, we have Frank Onyeka of Augsburg, Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester City, and Jennifer Oninye Echegini of Paris Saint-Germain. Forward of the season, we have Victor Osimhen of Galatasaray, Tolu Arukudare of Genk, Ademola Lukman of Atalanta, and Cyril Dessas of Rangers. Young player of the season, we have Chibuike Nwanwu of Wolfsberger, we have Christantos Uche of Getafe, Anthony Dennis of Göztepe, and Arthur Okonkwo of Wrexham. And then going over to the fans player of the season, 8 nominees for fans player of the season: Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lukman, Ola Aina, Chrisantos Uche, Christy Uchebe, Chiamaka Nnadozie, Rashida Ajibade, and Omorin Salah Babajide. We are going to give one male fans player and one female fans player. And then for the MVP award, we have women's MVP nominees: Ashley Plumter, Christy Uchebe, Chiamaka Nnadozie. And then men's MVP nominees, we have Victor Osimhen, Olaino, and Toluwalashe Arokodare. Some people have said, oh, this person should be there, this person should be there, but that's always how it is. These players were selected based on their statistics and also their performances on the field. We combined the data with what we actually see when we watch them play, as well as their achievements in the season with their clubs and also individually. So yes, please, please, please make sure you stay tuned to our social media at Eagles Tracker NG on Instagram, Eagles Tracker on Facebook, ET Media NG on Twitter, X, so that you can enjoy all the award winners and the reviews starting tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm sure that you will enjoy it. So that is that with the Eagles Tracker Awards. Smilai, is there any award winner that maybe you want to predict or that you want to tell us who you think should win?
I think the breakout player,
Hmm,
might probably be my man,
hmm,
Kwara.
hmm.
So I just think that uh, he's going to actually what win the election. He's going to win, not election, sorry, because
It's an election.
sorry guys, he's going to actually what win.
Hmm.
You know yourself that the audience you have here, despite that the team that you don't like Uche, they are Uche pro Uche. So they're going to vote Uche in actually, and I think that Uche will actually what, and probably actually what win the breakfast.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Smilai, who would be your player of the season, male and female, for you personally?
Ah, player of the season for female, I think it's going to be Chiamaka Nnadozie.
Hmm.
For me, I just think that it's arguably Nigeria's best player. I don't know how we're gonna win the AFCON without Chiamaka Nnadozie. WAFCON, sorry. So for me, so instrumental to Paris FC. Now in WSL. I hope you visit England soon to come and see her play. So for me, I think he's going to win it. And so the main player, so it's going to be very hard for you to look and not pick Victor Osimhen. The
Hmm.
numbers are staggering. I know that there's going to be Victor Osimhen, Kevin Bassey. There's going to be Kevin Bassey. I think Kevin Bassey
All
there.
I know is in the conversation as well.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I like slow down slightly towards the end of the season after that injury. But for me, I think it's head to head between Victor Osimhen. If I had the power, I'll pick Kevin Bassett,
Hmm. Interesting.
to be the player of the season. For me, I just think that it was so good last season, and he has started trading now. That's why I see it in my idea. But and I'm happy that I want to. I'm not campaigning you. So guys, if you want to vote, want to predict, please. I'm not sharing money. I'm not sharing vote. Kevin Bassett. I like Victor Osimhen, but I just think that Embassy did go well. And it's good to also give a defender because they see IoT, there's no way defender will win this thing if we are cutting those
Yeah, because people would always look at who
the
scores
numbers.
goals and
Mm-hmm.
always puts them ahead. Now that's why I fought for Vincent Yama in our ET ranking
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because people will always look at the goal scorers and put
Mm-hmm.
them ahead. But I also want to just quickly highlight, certain players like Chibuike Nwanwu nominated in our awards for the first time, Young Player of the Season nominee after the good season that he had for Wolfsberger, first season in Europe, and did quite well. Anthony
But
Dennis,
young
also,
player?
young player, yeah.
Okay.
I think
So what's the criteria of a young player?
under 23.
Okay. So that was 23? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Nwanwu is it 21 or so?
The former Yimba player?
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no, no, I'm just okay. Okay.
Let me confirm. Let me confirm his age. But if I'm not mistaken, Chibuike Nwanwu, yes, 21 years old, July
Yeah.
23, 2003.
Yeah?
Yeah, July
So yeah,
23.
whether that you are okay, well, okay. Yeah.
If he's 21, then I'm older than him. He should be calling me brother.
Okay. 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 Yeah.
But yeah, Anthony Dennis also, first time is nominated for our awards.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Ichegini is nominated, but it's not her first time. She previously won the Revelation of the Season.
Mm-hmm.
Now that was because last season, you know what she did for Juventus out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. so she was awarded of the season. But now she's nominated for midfielder of the season.
Yeah.
Um, we also have players like Tolu Arokodare. Arokodare, I believe, won. I think he won our revelation of the season a long when it was back in Latvia or something. Maybe I think he had won one previous award in the past, but now he's nominated for forward of the season. He's nominated for MVP of the season. So
MVP.
yeah, not for MVP. So big step. You know what I mean? He had a huge season for Genk. Took them to title contenders. It
They
was
win it.
they didn't win it, but it was a big season. Even Olajuwon did not win it, but it took his team to compete for the top four for a long time. So you give them credit for what they did. Look at, like, I mean, if we are saying did we win it, Calvin Bassey did not win anything now, but you put him in the conversation. So
But
it's
his
it's not just
Premier League
about
is different from the
if
Premier
you
League.
win, but I want to, and the number of goals he scored, you just give him credit that he deserves. Of course, we know the likes of Chiamaka, we know the likes of Christy Uchebe, 2 trophies, key player for her team. She was also in her league's team of the season as well.
Mm-hmm.
So fantastic one. Ashley Plumter, that one, she's playing in Saudi, so it's a little bit of cheat mode, but
Mm-hmm.
she continues to do what she continues to do. Ademola Lookman had a fine season with Atalanta, helping them qualify for the Champions League. Maduka Okoye, Arthur Okonkwo, 19 clean sheets, promoted to the championship. Big season for the young man. Yeah, and just
I'll pick Otter for that spot.
hmm, hmm.
Hmm.
So
I'm talking about if he's the goalkeeper for the season.
yeah, goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I'll
nominated
pick.
for goalkeeper of the season.
You nominate Wabali.
Umar Bali is nominated. Yeah.
Why would you nominate Wabali?
I mean, it's just because he did decent. While when he played for his club, he was decent. Let me look for his numbers. Yeah, 9 clean sheets, 3.6 games, saves per game.
Mm-hmm.
Played 23 games in total. So he didn't play as many
How many
games.
how many how many games did he play?
23,
Then he had what?
9 clean sheets.
How many goals did he concede?
I don't have the goals considered stats here,
So, okay.
but 3.6
How about suppose
saves
the
per
average
game.
goal conceded?
Hmm.
So
You
that we
know,
can
But
compare them.
Otto Okonkwo, 34 games, kept 19 clean sheets.
That is staggering.
That's a big one.
Mm.
Chiamaka, 20 games, 11 clean sheets.
Uh-huh.
And I think Maduka played 26 games, had 5 clean sheets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you play with a team that the defense is permeable.
you know.
So what do you expect?
Well, look at, like, so now, for example, Calvin Bassey, 2 goals, 5 clean sheets, 7 goals, one per game. You have Olaino, 2 goals, one
Okay,
assist,
average of 7 goals, those one per game.
7 goals, one per game. Yeah.
Average.
Yes.
That is good.
But Olaino, 37 matches, 2 goals, one assist, 11 clean sheets, 7.4 duels, one per game.
Mm-mm.
Even more than Calvin Bassey. You know. Um,
Olaina had all the bangers. Yeah.
Christy Uchebe had 26 matches, 4 goals, 2 assists, 7 clean sheets, and
Mm-hmm.
2 trophies.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Plumter had 17 games, 6 goals, 10 assists, and
Two
six.
goals and play against Power do each other. Let's leave that start.
you for the midfielders, Indidi was there with 30 games, 1 goal, 5 assists, 3 tackles per game, 6 duels, one per game. Onyeka had 2 assists, 1.3 tackles per game, and 5 duels, one per game.
Mm-hmm.
Onyedika, 2 goals, 2 assists, 3.6 duels, one per game. And of course, he won the Belgian Cup.
Unica.
Onyedika, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eche Guinea had 9 goals and 6 assists.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of good performances. Lots of good performances.
But
The,
Olaina
win-
can see defense line really, really
yeah.
good.
the winners will be announced from tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll announce the goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and forward of the season. On the 2nd of July, we'll announce the revelation of the season, the young player of the season, and the fans player of the season. And on the 3rd of July, we'll announce the MVPs, both male and female, and of course the team of the season will be the final one. So
Can I ask you a question? When are we going to have? No, I know that the way you announce it, you just post it. When are you going to have like a proper, maybe a studio live stream of it? I know that it might be hard for you to do it physically because in
yeah.
Canada. When are going to have like a studio live stream, like, oh, the process is the process and everything all together.
It's honestly something that I've been thinking of so much. I
Yeah.
think, we need to grow a little bit more. I want to have more of a team around me, because all these things, for me, one thing that I like to do is anything that I like to do, I like to do it well.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about it this year, but when I was starting to plan and look at all the logistics, I realized that if I did it this year, I wouldn't be able to do it to a very, very high quality standard.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't do something to high quality, I don't want to do it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I packed it, but it's something that we're definitely going to do. Well, like I promise you guys that are watching. I don't know, I can't give you an exact date, but we're going to get to the point where these things will be done live. We're going to get to the point where people would probably even get some very interesting prizes along with the awards that they are winning,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and just try to make it
So
work.
this one, do you mind sending your words to them?
So what I do is for the players that, so one thing is that unfortunately, see, we're Nigerian media, so not all the players still treat us with the same level of respect, But for those that acknowledge and that want to receive the awards, I ship it to them. Like in previous seasons, those that won like our team of the season award, those that won MVP, and they said, oh, they would like to receive it, then I would ship it to them. I remember the first time that we did the actual physical awards was um 2022, 2023. That was the first time we did actual physical awards, and I spent about 3,000 something dollars getting all the awards, everything. And a lot of the players did not acknowledge and say they would like to receive it. So
Mm-hmm.
I still have their awards with me, and like, so some people that are watching, I know some people that are an audience are rich people, so they are looking at just 3,000 something dollars. But for me, that 3,000 something dollars is a significant amount of money. So when the players did not receive it and did not want, somebody like a Gift Urban, for example, kept ignoring, just did as if, but he'll come to my comment and be talking nonsense another time. Let me not get, But I was like, in my head, I'm thinking like, bro, like, you never ever reach anywhere. Like, we're acknowledging you, we're highlighting you, and you're reacting like this, read message, ignore, things like that. So
You read it?
yeah, yeah, read message, ignore. And I'm looking at them, I've spent like $400 just trying to do something just for this one guy. So it kind of, just changed the way I look at it now. So now I wait. If the player acknowledges, the player says, oh, they would like to receive the award, then I'll create the physical award and give it to them. I don't just spend the money up front and do everything now. But that's just because obviously budget. If I spend another $4,000 and then only three people say they want, now I've lost money, because like I said, from the ones that we did, I still have a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
with me here that are yet
But
to be received.
but can you possibly? I know that this is like a show, but already turning to the award. But is it possible for you to give them physically during the AFCON?
It is possible. It is possible. It's obviously there's intricacies. It means that we have to carry everything to them, to to Morocco and everything. But it is possible. It's what I plan to do. I know that some people, if I see them physically, I'll be able to hand it to them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a matter of timing of, okay, when do I get to see them physically? When does it happen? Because even something like shipping, for example, I remember there was a player who actually acknowledged and said, "Oh yes, he would like to receive the award." And
Who
I
pay for
said,
the
"Okay,
shipping?
I cover everything. I can't ask the player to pay for the shipping. I cover everything." So this particular player said, "Oh yes, I would like to receive it." It cost about hundred and something dollars to ship it to him, because
Where is the
obviously
base?
he's in Europe.
Okay.
So I'm here in North America, he's in Europe. The award is glass, so obviously I have to package it properly, use
Mm-hmm.
bubble wrap, everything, so make sure that it's very secure and it's not going to break in transit. He sent me the address, ship it to him. Now it arrives. They said, oh, because of the customs and everything, because it's coming from another country,
Mm-hmm.
I paid the customs fee attached to it, but they said the person has to come and pick it up from the post office.
Mm-hmm.
That they were not able to deliver it directly. So the person, I think they tried to deliver it,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe he wasn't home or something, whatever the case
Mm-hmm.
was. So they said he has to come to the post office. That's how the person never went to go and pick it up.
Uh-uh.
Then they shipped it back to me. So now I've lost money that I spent creating the award. I've also lost money from the shipping. Then that same player now message me later. I say, bro, how far the award? I said, brother, I sent it to you. I told you that this thing is in this place, so the address, everything that you need to go and get it. You never picked it up. Now you want me to spend another $150 to ship it again, praying to God that you are going to come and collect it this time. So it's a lot of complication that comes with it. But the more we grow, the more innovative we'll try to be. Like you said, I right now I don't have like a full studio setup, but in the future when we have a full studio setup, or if we're able to get a suitable place, even though it's online, we'll still try to make an event out of it. I have ideas for what I want it to be like, and then we'll be able to award them, and then in the future it will be a physical event, that
Mhm.
people will be able to attend. We want to expand it. I know right now some people talk about why we mixed male and female into the same categories. And I always try to explain. I know that even though some people might not agree, the biggest reason for it is just because right now, in terms of female players, we don't have a large pool of players like we have for the men. You know, just in terms of like, imagine goalkeeper of the season now, for example. If you did female separate from male,
Mhm.
does Chiamaka and Adozie realistically have any competition?
Hmm.
Things like that. And I feel like it will water down the award. So that's the reason why we combine it, even though we do the MVP separately, because yes, there are enough that we can highlight as the top female players. But as the Nigerian pool continues to grow, more players are playing abroad, more players are playing at high levels. The goal is to eventually separate it. The goal is to have awards also for local, players, for players that are playing their football in Nigeria, to be able to highlight the home-based players as well. If anybody that is out there has any plans, has any ideas, has any suggestions, wants to be a part of the award, even if you also want to be part of the awards committee, feel free to send a DM with your ideas or send an email to ayo@eaglestracker.com. I'm somebody that is always willing to listen to what people have to say, what people have to suggest, and see what we can use to make the best product and the best outcome for everybody involved. But yes, we've been talking about the awards. Make sure you check it out from tomorrow on all our social media platforms. And I hope that you guys engage with us, comment on the posts, share the posts, like the posts. All those things help us to continue to grow. Okay. Let me see. I see a bunch of comments here. One from Charles saying, Smilayi, I thought you said that Gusso might not run again. He should not run. I'm disappointed. I thought the training center would be like Clearfonte.
The power broadcast will not allow him to run, but as you know, 24 hours is a long time in politics, so you never know. But of now, I don't think it's still a chance of winning if he even runs.
Hmm. So yeah.
But politics is a is difficult.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's quickly get into the Super Falcons of Nigeria. If you're a follower of Nigerian football, then you must be aware that the Super Falcons are now in Morocco preparing for their WAFCON 2024 campaign, which kicks off in 6 days' time now, as they take on Tunisia in their opening match of the tournament before they eventually face Botswana and Algeria in the group stage. We are going for our 10th WAFCON title. I know that the NFF have tried to make some buzz on social media around the Mission X and everything that is being done. They played a game yesterday against Ghana, and it was a rotated starting 11. We saw Oluwehi in goal. Um, Oshoala was on the field. Ihezuo was also a starter, and the team ran out 3-1, 3-1 winners. Goals from Ihezuo, Oshoala, and captain Ajibade. So comfortable victory for the Super Falcons over the Black Queens. It was one that I was happy to see. I was happy to see that the coach rotated the squad a little bit. I would have hoped that it was a game that we were able to watch, but unfortunately the match was not televised. It was a dark friendly. They said for tactical reasons they did not want us to be able to watch the match, but they tried to keep us as updated as possible. Um, some other players came on in the second half. I'm going to guess that the coach tried different ideas, different tactics that he has. But the Super Falcons are going into this tournament officially after playing three friendlies so far in 2025. I hope that they are well prepared. I hope that they will be able to go and put in a quality performance. I know that the players are very intrinsically motivated, and I use that word with intentionality. Intrinsic motivation. It is motivation that comes from within, because externally they are not being motivated by the NFF. No, they are not. The Super Falcons are not being treated like they should be treated. The NFF is not, the NFF is active on social media talking about Mission X, talking about how they have to win it. But in terms of showing behind the scenes and showing to the players that the way you say you're motivated is the way you're actually trying to motivate the players and encourage the players and make sure that the players feel the support from the federation. That is not happening. The players are not feeling the support from the NFF going into this tournament. They just aren't, because the NFF are not making them feel like they are important or like they matter. They are just doing things very haphazardly. They are just doing things anyhow. And I think it is rather unfortunate that that's the way it is. This is not new to us, unfortunately. But as somebody that I speak to a lot of the Super Falcons players very often, and I know a lot of the things that they go through behind the scenes, and I've been an advocate for the Super Falcons and their mistreatment or their lack of treatment, lack of acknowledgement for a very long time. I will continue to speak up about it, even though some people might disagree with me, some people might want to insult me, some people might want to debate me. Somebody said, "Me, I'm the reason why the Super Falcons will not win the WAFCON because I'm complaining too much." And I think it's rather unfortunate that we kind of live in a society whereby if you call things that are going wrong out, people say that you complain too much. They don't they don't like to face or address the people that are not doing the things that they should be doing that you are complaining about, but then they try to put it on you, that is pointing out these things that are wrong, that is pointing out these things that are just blatant disregard or blatant mistreatment of our stars. I think it is rather unfortunate. And I really hope that a lot of things change in the way that we treat our women's football. Just imagine you are creating or trying to create a buzz on social media, but your seriousness does not surpass social media. Like, just imagine that. The players arrive in camp, nothing. Nobody talks about it. Nothing goes into it. For me, it is just something that's rather unfortunate. I pointed something out on my social media channels the other day. If you guys remember, in 2024, when the Super Eagles were going for the AFCON, you guys remember the fanfare. You guys remember the NFF contracted people to make outfits for them. They arrived, they departed in style, arrived at Ivory Coast in style. All the Super Eagles players coordinated, looking dapper, everything. I hope you guys remember that. Our Super Falcons, Mission X, 10th title, the most successful team in the whole of Africa, whether male or female, going to try to win their 10th title. You cannot even get them to wear at least matching tracksuits to go. No photos, players arriving helter skelter, no organization, just anyhowness. Anyhowness. But oh, hey, Mission X, we should be excited at least. Mission X. You know, it's things like that when I see it just rubs me the wrong way. Even the players, when they see these things that are happening or that are not happening, whichever way you look at it, it doesn't make them feel good. It doesn't make them feel valued. It doesn't make them feel respected. That's why I laugh when people say, "Oh, pointing it out is going to distract the players." The players are already unhappy about the way they are not being appreciated, about the way they are not being valued. They're already unhappy. So me coming to talk about it is not going to distract them in any way. If you had done it, the players would have been happy. I wouldn't talk about it. There will be no assumed distraction. But the fact that you didn't do it, or you didn't even do anything, the players are already unhappy about that. I come to talk about it. And then now people in the media, fans are going to talk about it. Yes. And then you think that that is distraction, but you could have prevented all of that ripple effect from happening. It's something that just makes me makes me honestly very, very sad. And again, in comparison, I'll give you guys some context for comparison. In comparison, you look at the Zambia women's national team arriving for the WAFCON. This is how the Zambian women's national team arrived. Nice tailored, outfits. You can see them holding their jackets in their hands, looking good, looking excited, looking happy. That is the Zambia women's national team. We also have the Ghana women's national team. This is the Ghana women's national team. Yes, they might not have the most beautiful outfits, I will say that, but they are coordinated. They look like a team. That's Ghana. We have the Lionesses of Senegal arriving. Oh no, sorry, is it Senegal? Yeah, is it Senegal? Yeah, I think so. But you can see them in their traditional outfits, looking very coordinated. The players will feel appreciated. The players will feel like, okay, they are going to fight. They are going to do something. Do Ghana have more reputation or more money or more this thing than Nigeria, than the Super Falcons? Do Zambia have? Do Senegal have? There are other photos of other national teams like that. But then Nigeria, somebody on Instagram was saying, is it by Ashoebi? And that's the thing that a lot of people or some people don't understand. That nobody is fighting for you to wear them Ashoebi to go for a tournament. That's not what anybody is asking for. We're just saying treat them with value, treat them with respect, make them feel special, make them feel like they are who they are. You cannot be making noise about wanting to go and win a 10 title, but not even have any kind of welcome for the players when they arrive there. Not even have any kind of any kind of coordination. You know, we are the only ones that we train in our old jerseys when they are supposed to have proper training kits. We train in our old jerseys. Just so many things behind the scenes that does not really make sense the way we do it. But then when you complain, some people on social media that don't really think about these things will say, you're complaining too much. Oh, it's not by Ashwebi. You are distracting the girls. But you don't think that the things that the NFF is not putting in place is what is actually distracting them, or what is actually making them not feel great. Some people say, don't talk about it now, talk about it after the tournament. What do you mean talk about it after the tournament? You have to address things as they are happening, especially as the players are not happy about it. I know this for a fact because I speak to Super Falcons players. They are not happy about the way the NFF has apparently not been interested in them going into this WAFCON. They are not happy about it. They want the NFF to treat them like how they are supposed to be treated. They want the NFF to acknowledge them. You know, they are not saying give us a show a B, but they are saying if truly you say that we are serious about winning this Mission X and you want to support our, ambitions to win Mission X, then the least you can do is take picture of us as we're arriving. Even if it's matching tracksuits, you don't want to spend money on getting us any custom outfits. At least let us feel welcome. Let us feel special. They don't do these things. I showed you guys pictures of Ghana, pictures of Senegal, pictures of Zambia arriving at the WAFCON, all dressed up in one outfit, taking photos at the airport, taking photos on arrival, looking like a team. Nigeria, nothing. The first photos that we've seen out of Morocco are photos from the match yesterday against Ghana. No other images, and they've been there for a couple of days now. How are fans supposed to be interested? How are people supposed to be invested in them? It's not just buying Mission X and posting on Twitter and posting on Instagram. There are different things that go into this. I have more to say about this. I have more to say about this. But Smith, like, I want to hear your opinion on this. Because I made a post on social media, people were saying all sorts of things. But what do you think about that? Super Falcons gets to Morocco, no welcome, no anything from the NFF. They just got there. We don't even know when they arrived.
You know, I have to. It's I have to drink from another cup on this matter. And I know somebody, this person in charge of Mission X. I think they conceived the idea very late, in my opinion. I think the planning that goes into that Mission X, I don't think they have the sponsors they had for Let's Do It Again. I don't think they had that same sponsor. I think, and we have to be honest too, uh, people are not really buying into women's football. That in Nigeria, we know that, and it's just sad that it is that way. For example, now before the Super Eagles, before the Morocco 2025, now they already started the like similar to like Let's Do It Again campaign. And we're still in June. Okay, maybe probably in July very soon. But they started that and they go get sponsors for that. So in my opinion, I just think that they conceived the idea of Vision X very late. And maybe because the team also traveled from Portugal to Morocco, there was no like a proper send forth, for them. It was a team that was just assembling in a hurry in Abuja to Portugal, from Portugal to Morocco. I don't, I cannot just it's not as if I'm trying to like defend the NFF here. I'm just trying to look at it from a different side of things, because these guys, they don't have idea. It's okay. It's only few people that can actually make things actually what happen. Maybe they will learn. Because I'm hearing that Morocco will also hold the next one next year. Maybe I hope it's not going to be Mission X against Go Mission X. So maybe probably we'll be winning this one. And I just think that because I have an idea that they are trying to get the support of the first lady, and everything, just to make sure that they get those support for the team. I don't think that is actually what's forthcoming.
But Smilai, my question to that is, for let's like, I'm not even, I personally don't get into these their social media campaigns. What I'm also talking about is just acknowledging them, valuing them, treating them with respect. Like I said, even if you don't have, let's even pretend like there is no money to do custom outfit for them. Like the way these Senegalese people have their custom outfits. Let's say you don't have money. Okay, Zambia came with their custom outfit. None of them are going for their 10th title. Oh. Ghana did not do custom outfits, but at least they all wore their whether it be their casual, this thing camp outfit, and took picture together to just at least show everybody this is our team. These are the people that are going to battle for us. Is that too much for us to do? Let's say
You
they are
know,
flying from Portugal. But okay, now that everybody has arrived, can't you say, okay, everybody, you guys, come, let's take picture. Let's show people that okay, these are people that are coming to battle. Is that really too much for us to do, no
you
matter
know,
when the idea of Mission X was conceived or not?
sometimes when you find some things very easy, you don't you don't add value. You don't value them that much. For example, now Zambia wants to go for their first title. Senegal wants to make an impression. Let's have AFCON. Ghana has never won this thing before. I don't know, maybe they've won it once or so. But what they're trying to do basically is that they want to make an impression. But Nigeria did not value women football. Let's be honest ourselves.
Hmm.
And I just think that is some people in that NFL that are trying to project this team very well. And they're not getting the fund they're meant to get. The Super Eagle matter that is taking their head. Super Eagle matter, under 20 matter, Flamingo matter. That's what is in their head. For me, I just think that it's has to do with what? With planning. With planning. This NFF, they are broke and they are not intelligent. They don't know where to get money from. It's okay. You can't run it's because the most successful team in Africa, you don't know where to take them to and get support for them. So for me, I think it's like they are not intelligent that much. So and they don't also add values to all these things too. So these are small things. If you can even involve a local tailor to make an outfit for them and try and like just present it, it's low cost. But that low cost I'm talking about, somebody will still want to sit on top of it,
Hmm.
and consume the money. Okay, for example, now, will all these things cost 1 million naira or 1 million plus? If you have a proper local tailor, all these things, outfit and everything, should not be less than 2-3 million. You
A
know,
lot of people would even do it for free in
for
exchange
free.
for maybe some publicity.
Publicity, yes. So, but they don't. If you look at, with due respect, uh, you know, uh, they prioritize something different.
Hmm.
With due respect, I saw one of them playing football in Abuja Stadium. They
Hmm.
are showing his highlights. So is he joining a club? They are showing his highlight. Hey, with his big belly. They are showing his highlight. no, no. Yes, that is not what we want. We want action.
See,
We want action.
let me even point something else out. And I want people to listen to me properly when I talk about this and not misinterpret or misunderstand what I'm saying. And not take it the wrong way. But the Super Falcons went to play a friendly in Portugal, preparing for this tournament. Do you know how many people from the NFF or NSC were there?
Hmm.
Not a single one.
Hmm.
If the Super Eagles were playing a friendly versus Portugal,
Mhm.
how many of them will be there? Almost everybody.
Mhm.
Whether the match is a regular friendly or a friendly preparing for a major tournament, they would all be there.
Mhm.
Even if it's just for the fun of just going for the match and just so that at least camera can show them during the game, they will be there. The Super
Mhm.
Falcons are going to prepare for the tournament. None of them follow them there.
Hmm.
Shout out to William Trustekong. Ekong is doing some good work back home in Nigeria.
Mhm.
But Ekong had his charity match on the 22nd of June.
Mhm.
The friendly against Portugal was on the 23rd of June. They were all at Ekong's event. They were all not at the Super Falcons match.
Mhm.
What does that tell the players? That what William Trustekong is doing is more important than what they are doing.
Mhm.
That's the message that you are sending. And this is not to say that Ekong does not deserve to have NFF or NSC present at his event. No, that's not what
Mhm.
I'm saying. But if Ekong is doing an event a day before the Super Falcons are playing a high-profile friendly to prepare them for the tournament, what in a sane climate, what is supposed to happen is that Ekong's event is the one that will see less presence.
Mhm.
Because it's unfortunate that you timed it wrong and you put it when we have an event coming up, like Super Falcons playing a big friendly, preparing for the tournament. But they were all Ibrahim Gusso was there, Shehu Diko was there, a lot of the other people in the Federation and the NSC were there at Ekong's event, and none of them followed the team to Portugal to go and support them. And I know that the players were very, very unhappy about this because even the players like Ekong, they are friends with Ekong, they like what he's doing. But they look at it that how do you prioritize a charity event over us? You came to them before they went and you said, "Oh, don't worry, you people should be going to Morocco. When you later we'll come and meet you." That's what the players were told.
Mhm.
That they should be going to Morocco, that they will come later.
Mhm.
So imagine that when the Super Eagles are going to Morocco. Yes, I'm not saying everybody will go with them at once, but at least you will send some people that will go with them, just arrive with them, help them feel welcome, everything. And then maybe even if the president doesn't want to come from the beginning, he can come later. But they told the players, "Oh, good luck. We wish you all the best. Go, we'll come later."
Mhm.
That's how they
Yeah.
sent them off. They said,
In
"Oh,
the
we'll join you later." Imagine if, let's say, this FIFA Club World Cup that is going on now. Imagine if the FIFA president was not there from the first game. He went to go and attend somebody's wedding somewhere, and he told them, "Oh no, start the tournament. I'll come and join you later."
that is and IoT, to back what you said up, during the sports festival, he just finished the sports festival. The next day, Shieldy goes to London to go and watch the Unity Cup match between
Mhm,
Nigeria and Jamaica. Just finished sports festival.
mhm.
Next day, pam, London.
You see, because those ones they realize to them these are the important things.
Yeah.
But you like the way they treat these women. I
Yeah.
know, like I say this for a fact because I know I've heard from the players. In fact, the players were like, "Thank you for talking about this. We want you to talk about this," because they know that most people in Nigerian media don't talk about these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Or how they just don't see them as important. They don't value them, and a lot of the time they'll talk about money. Oh, the Falcons don't make as much money, blah blah blah. But when you don't treat them with any value or any respect, how will they make money? How will people be excited
Right.
about them when you don't value them?
IoT, I want to ask you a question, just like slightly like a follow up. Talking about media now, not talking about the Falcons generally. Most of them now in Nigerian media now, they are in America reporting Messi. Do you think they're gonna, they are not giving these guys publicity because I expect that most of them, to go to America. There's no Nigerian club in America. There's no Nigerian club there.
There's no Nigerian player.
Everybody, there's,
All the Nigerian players have come, so there's no this thing there that you are really going to do.
there's nothing. But people are there. I don't know the economic importance of that to Nigeria, but people are there. So, and we are going for the Mission X10 title. It's tough. It's tough. But guys, I might likely go and check on the Falcons in Morocco. Don't worry, guys.
You know, because I even say, like, even for I don't blame, or let me not say I don't blame. I don't even talk about the media too much, because at the end of the day, media is private. Private individuals, private organizations, whether I agree with them or not, they are free to do whatever they like.
Mm-hmm.
But for the NSC, for the NFF, those are public institutions, those are public
Mm-hmm.
organizations. You are not supposed to do whatever you like. You are supposed to do the right thing. And your national team should be priority over Ekong's charity match. I like William Trustekong. He's a good guy. He's doing good work. He's helping people. But the reality of it is that if Shehu Diko is supposed to choose between traveling with the Super Falcons or going to Ekong's charity match, he's supposed to tell Ekong sorry. That's what's supposed to happen. Ibrahim Gusso is supposed to tell Ekong sorry, I can't make it. I'm with the national team. That's what's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
There is no, if Oshowala, Ajibade, Nnadozie, Ucheibe should all come together to do charity match a day before Super Eagles is playing a friendly in, let's say, in Portugal. Similarly, let's be honest, would they attend the Super Eagles match or would they attend the charity event?
They were super good, man.
That's the reality. So the message you're just sending to these female players is that you don't matter. They told them, good luck, be going to Morocco, we'll come and join you later. Would they talk to Super Eagles like that?
Mm-hmm.
And like, see, somebody else left the comment. Like Ajibade said in the documentary that they did together, in when it comes to the Super Falcons, they say to whom nothing is given, a lot is expected. You give these players the bare minimum. I know that NFF now they'll be looking at, well, at least they have the new jersey now, so we've given them jersey. They should be happy. We put them in a nice hotel in Morocco now, so they should be happy. But I tell you this with good authority: the players don't feel valued at all. They don't feel appreciated at all. For this tournament, the motivation that they have for this tournament is all just their internal motivation. The motivation that they have as natural, as professional players, as competitors to go and win. They are not getting any external motivation from the NFF, whether it be by their presence, by their support, by their appreciation. No matter, like, none of that is there. Let's see at what point. Maybe they'll be there for the opening game. Maybe they'll come in semifinals. Who knows?
Mm.
But they shall say, we will come later. Don't worry. Just be going. Just be going.
Mm.
I think it's a shame, man. And I think that the NFF has to do better. And I challenge other people in the Nigerian media. They need to talk about these things more. We need to make them understand that these things, they cannot continue to treat the Super Falcons like they don't matter. They cannot continue to do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that the Super Eagles is the cash cow. The Super Eagles is the team that is the big one. We understand. And that's why not once have the players come and said, give us everything that you are giving the men. They've not come to ask for that. But at least give us the bare minimum. Give us respect. Give us value. Don't treat us like we're some random team. How can you be showing more support towards an under 20 national team than the Super Falcons that have won, that they are going for their 10th trophy? And you cannot even appreciate, you cannot support them, you cannot, treat them with respect and value them. I think it's a very, very, very big shame. Shout out to Ogungba them for the support. Thank you very much. He said, Smith, it is the responsibility of NFF to attend the Falcons match. Diko is not obligated to attend Falcons match. So what he is saying is that, which I can even understand, even if Shehu Diko does not want to go, because okay, Shehu Diko is in charge of all sports in Nigeria, but at least the NFF that is in charge of football, the Super Falcons are under the jurisdiction of the NFF. They are the ones that should be there. So let's even say Shehu Diko wants to go for a charity match. Ibrahim Gusso is supposed to go with the Falcons. Because I know this for a fact. If it was, and I will keep saying, if it was the Super Eagles that were playing against Portugal, it will be there in Portugal supporting the team. It will not go and attend the charity match, no matter who is hosting it. Like you also mentioned, Shehu Diko was in England a day after the sports festival to go and watch Unity Cup. but you cannot show half of that to the Super Falcons. I think it's a big shame. I hope that they do better. And I challenge my friends and my colleagues that work in media in any capacity, whether from content creation to traditional media. You guys should talk about these things, because the more people talk about these things, even if the NFF will not do better, even if the NSC will not do better for the Falcons, at least the fans and the people of Nigeria will be able to see and understand how these players are being treated and how these players are being undervalued. I wish the team all the very best, man. I wish the team all the very best. You guys know I'm very big when it comes to my support for the women's national team. I like a team that, or a person that doesn't get the love and support of everybody in the world, and the Super Falcons don't get love and support that they're supposed to get within Nigeria. Um, so I'm wishing them all the best. I believe that they will go and win the title. We have quality players. We have, players that want to win. This is a young ass squad. Other than Ajibade won it in 2018 as a youngster. Ohale has won it a couple times. Odega has won it a couple times. Oluwehi has won it. Oshwala has won it. But a lot of the players, most of the players in the squad are players that are fighting to win their first trophy with Nigeria. We have 11 players in the squad that are going to their first ever WAFCON. So you know that those 11 haven't won it. Then we have the likes of Onumonu, who has gone to one before but didn't win. Uchebe has gone to one before but didn't win. And other players here and there that are very, very motivated and want to win with Nigeria. They want to bring home this 10th crown. My hope and prayer is that if or when they do win the competition, at least maybe then they will show them some value and show them some respect. Maybe then. That's my hope and my prayer, because we cannot keep neglecting them. We cannot keep treating them like they are not important. We cannot keep doing that. We cannot keep doing that. We have to value our female football. If truly we want female football to grow in Nigeria, the way that can happen is by really, really, promoting them and pushing them out there. That's the way it can grow. That's the way it can grow. If not, then what are we asking for? What are we asking for? It's just anybody that does any kind of business knows this. If you want to make money, you have to spend money. You have to do things. You have to publicize your product or your service. You cannot not do any of that and expect people to come and sponsor you. You know, you are telling me that if you publicize Super Falcons well enough, even if it's maybe brands that usually tailor towards women, or anything like that, that will come and be sponsors for the tournament, even if it's not just for the tournament. But if you don't put any information out there, how do these brands get interested? But yeah, I'll leave it for there now. But I think that the NFF needs to do a lot more. Smith Layi, looking forward to the tournament though.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from our Super Falcons?
As usual, I think we're going to breeze through the group stage and also the quarterfinals. I think the major block where can be bottleneck is the semi-finals. All play against the top four teams in Africa. Maybe probably play against Morocco, play against Zambia, against South Africa. That's where they actually will separate the girls from the ladies. Anyhow, but I just think that we have the players to do it, and I don't expect a tough group stage for Nigeria. So I expect Nigeria to breeze past that the group stage.
Mm.
We promise 1 hour. We're more than 1 hour.
Well, more than 1 hour,
I
yes.
know.
But we're going to wrap up soon. But yes, I also not prefer. I also expect us to breeze past the group stage. 3 wins out of three, I think we'll get at the group stage. And then it's a matter of how the players go and do in the knockout rounds. I hope that we are able to, I believe that we have the quality. But there are obviously little things that can affect here and there. At the last WAFCON, that semi-final, if we didn't concede those 2 red cards that we got, Ayinde and Ajibade, that
Mm-hmm.
match would have been totally different. Because if you guys remember, we even one player down, we scored, a goal, and then we
Mm-hmm.
got another player down, they equalized, we lost on penalties.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't get, so that's why if we didn't get those red cards, we probably would have beaten Morocco. The third place match self, before the third place match, we did not train because the players were protesting. Can we avoid protesting this WAFCON? Pay them all their monies on time, give them all their bonuses, all their camp allowances, so that we will not have a boycott. We will not have any issue. Every tournament, especially when it comes to Super Falcons, every tournament, there's always something that they are boycotting or they are fighting for because of money. Just do everything that you need to do so that the players can just go there, do a job, and come back home. I am really rooting for the girls. I'll do a preview before each match. We'll talk about each match after it happens, and hopefully we support the team all the way to the trophy, to the 10th trophy. And let's see if they win. Maybe they will get MON attached to their name. As I mean, they gave Super Eagles MON for coming second. So I
Mhm.
mean, let's see what the players get when they do their own. The link has been posted, guys. So if you want to call in, we'll take maybe a handful of people because we're already over time. And then we'll wrap up for today. So if you want to share your thoughts, please call in now and we'll get your opinion very, very quickly. Thank you very much, guys. Guys, please, this time I'm talking about the mistreatment of Super Falcons. Please, please, please tell people about it, talk about it, share it on your page. Let's get as much support as possible, and hopefully we can change the way the NFF sees these players and change the way that they do their things, even if it's by pressure, or at least let them just feel embarrassed about it. Maybe somebody will hear this now and will fly and join them tomorrow. You never know what our voices can do. But yes, Formulary, you're welcome.
Yes. Good evening, AyoT. Good evening, Smith Layi. Yes. I want to ask a question, AyoT, right? The South Africans ladies, right? How did their protest?
I don't know exactly how South Africa did. I know that they had their own issues, but
Was
I don't know.
boycotts.
Yeah,
They
Okay.
boycotted it.
But but what happened at the end? Did they resolve the issues or they dropped most of them and picked new ones?
They resolved the issue.
Okay. Okay, let me start. If you are sick, you as a person who is sick will be the one to go and find a solution to solve your problem.
yeah,
If you did not open your mouth, people will not know that you are sick. The girls supposed to talk. When they see something, let them say something. I know that some of them are afraid that if they say something, they will not call them again. They are women, and women has power. And if women has power, let them talk. When they talk, then we will be the one to back them up. But if you are talking and they are not doing anything, it's nothing. It's all of them are united that hey, enough is enough. Look at this, look at you want to have meeting, look at what is going on. Let them not stop thinking, if I talk right now, they will not invite me to the national team. If I talk now, they will do this, they will threaten me. Even if you do not talk, they will still threaten you. Therefore, you have to talk. And most of them, honestly, if these ladies, if they talk or call most of their celebrities who are influential and tell them, look at what is going on, and everybody started talking, in fact, the NFF will not know who said it. They are friends with Pella. They are friends with so many of them. Reach out to them. Let us start talking about it. Yes, AyoT, you have said your own, you have tried. I know that your platform is growing and this definitely they need to wake up and talk. If they did not talk, nobody is going to help them. And how can they talk? They have the Minister of Women Affairs. They have the vice president, the president, and the wife of the president. They can reach out to those people. Let them go out and tell them, look at what is going on. Not that all the time they will say, you are the one bringing all this. They know, but they can't talk. Some of them, if they talk, they will trade them. Let all of them go together and say, we want this. Look at what is going on. I'm not happy the way they are treating them. Yes, I'm not happy about it. I'm not. It's like the way they treated our parents long time ago. Our parents that our father we tell them sit at home, do this, do this. No, that stage have gone. They have to treat them very, very well. I'm not happy about it, but I rest my case on this. Then AyoT, you said something about when Smith told you about doing some live um, streaming or something. It's a good idea. You have to count one before you count two. I know that you want to make it in such a way you have to have everything. You can't have everything at the same time. For example, if you want to build a house, even if you have the whole money to build a house, if the house is going to take 6 months, it's going to take 6 months. No matter the kind of amount of money you have to want to say, I have this money, I want it in this. No, they will tell you, look at the process. Life is all about process. Even if you want it the highest way, start from there must be risk. If a child want to grow or want to walk, the child will start crying. He will stand up, he or she will stand up and fall. He or she will stand up and fall. That is the process of growth. Therefore, even if you want to start, even if it's tomorrow, okay, I'm starting this. Even if it's one person, two person, it's a gradual process, stage by stage. By the time you see it, everything blue. But if you want to have the whole thing, you want everything to be at a once and want to make it in a perfect way, it's not gonna work because life is at a risk. You have to start. When you count one, you count two, count three, count four, process until you get to where you're supposed to be. I encourage you to start, even if it's tomorrow, even if not, no matter what, because the more you are thinking about it, you are delaying it. Next year, the other year, you are still thinking about it. So start, even if it's this year, I want to start it this year, start it. Don't wait until everything the way I want it. Let it be the way I want it. That's the only thing I can say.
Mm. All right, thank you, Humble Henry. You know, the only thing
You're
that I
welcome.
want to even when you said with the Super Falcons, you know, women, I don't know how respected women are in Nigeria. When you say women have power, I don't know how much power women have. Without going into other things in other sectors of Nigeria, we've seen where women have spoken up for certain things. The way we always say women should speak up, we've seen women speak up in various issues, and most of the time, or a lot of the time, it has hurt the woman more than it has helped the woman. Even though she spoke up and fought for herself, we've seen it. Even powerful women, we've seen them get mistreated when they speak up for themselves. So it's never that easy. Even if it's to speak up in private and not speak up in public, the players have done it in the past. Before the World Cup in 2023, they spoke up in private. I've been involved in the past without giving too much detail. I've been involved in the past in helping, Super Falcons to even like put slides together, presentation slides to raise their issues with the NFF and talk about what they are being owed, what they want, their demands. They've made all these things be known before, and nothing has really come from it. I understand that a lot of people don't want to speak up in public because of potential repercussions and things like that. Look at even when Alozie spoke up in public, just that one video went viral. When she arrived in camp, they made her to go and kind of take back the statement. So it's not as easy for the women a lot of the time, but I understand what you're saying. One way or the other, maybe it is a risk that is worth taking. We never really know what's going to happen until they do it. I think it's just a bit hard for them to really come out and speak. Especially if they don't feel like everybody is on the same page. Maybe it's not very easy for them. I don't want to name names, but there have been people in the past that were very, very close to in life. You can be working on a team now in your office, and maybe all of you in your office are saying, "Oh, we're going to go and do this." but there's one or two people in the office that they are very close to the organ now, and as if people are planning to speak and to fight for yourselves, those one two people are going to the organ and saying, Obulenwi is leading the pack, or things like that. We've seen it in the past. I remember the time that I was fighting for the Super Falcons. One of the things that they were doing, I remember Onome AB messaging me and insulting me and telling me, "Oh, what am I talking about?" Because she was very close to the NFF and the people that were doing at the time. So that's an example. I use her because she's no longer in the team, but I've seen it happen firsthand where she's like, "What are you talking about? NFF, blah, blah, blah," and you're fighting for her as part of the team. So I don't know. Maybe not everybody in the Super Falcons is that together, or maybe it's because some of the other players are small and new in the team, like, and they feel like they don't have a voice. Like, what is if Usani speaks up today, they can easily never call her again, and everybody's going to forget about her. It's different. Maybe Anoshawala can speak up because she's a superstar. Ajibade might be able to speak up because she's a star, she's captain. Nadozie, she's a superstar. If they don't call Nadozie, who they won't call? Things like that. But if other players are part of it, those players can easily be punished, and life is going to move on. People would never remember them again. So I feel like that's why it's a bit difficult. For a lot of the time, if it comes to the men are usually more established. So it's a thing of that, even if they don't call them for national team, well, they have their club career. They will make money playing in their club football, all those kind of things. It's a bit different for the women. But I understand what you're saying, humbly. I understand what you're saying. Okay. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Let me just take one more person. We'll take Temitope and then we'll call it a night. Temitope, welcome.
Welcome. AyoT, what are you doing today?
Yes, I'm doing okay. Thank you.
How's your now? You getting better now? But last time
I'm
you say you
getting,
are not feeling fine on
yeah,
Friday. You're
I'm
getting
getting
better now.
better. I'm getting better, but my nose and my chest is still very congested, but we're getting there.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, go on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay. Talking about the Super Falcons and the Super Falcons and the issue, I think they will not because of what happened to in 1994, 2004, Tintawa State. Since that time, that guy been that guy been financial gain. Because of what happened, because girls talk about the way they treat them in that point that I mean that year also. Then because that guy have not played for Nigeria against that time, just focus on the club career. Those power came again about that game. Seems like when I thought I'm saying talking about not when I thought get up. Secondly, the issue about the award you're doing. How can you vote the award? How can you vote for the award? How can
On
you vote
all
for
our
the award?
social media
How?
pages, if you see the post on our social media, you
When
can
your
vote.
what about your X handle? I don't get it. X handle now.
No, ET Media NG. The posts are on all our social
Give
media.
me the NG.
Yes, ET Media
Okay.
NG.
Finally, before I go, Miss Larry, I watched the European Championship on Friday of Saturday. I saw the guy. Namdi calling play for Germany. The guy play on Saturday for Germany. That guy I'm talking about. That guy I'm talking about is the one.
Yes.
Is he the one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll join you on
Okay.
Friday for Football Friday. Good night.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Tim Dokwe. Nice to hear from you. And thank you to everyone that has tuned in tonight, that has engaged with us, everyone that has supported. We really appreciate you. Shout out to our gifters this evening, Isabel, Charles, Ogungbadem. Thank you very much. Your support is highly appreciated. If you want to support us before we leave, please feel free to leave a super chat. If you are watching on replay, feel free to leave a super thanks as a way to support. But please, if you don't want to spend your money on us, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and we hope that we will see you next week. The Super Falcons would have played their first game of the tournament. So next Monday we'll talk about the first match. and share our thoughts on the game. Hopefully, we're talking about a victory. And yes, we'll keep you guys updated. Content to come throughout the WAFCON 2024. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you. Until next time, this has been the Niger FC podcast. My name is AyoT. My co-host is.
Smith Layi. Thank you
Thank
guys.
you very much.